Hey everybody, Prairie Prepping here. I'm just out for a walk with my dogs and got to thinking about something here. So uh, I'm using an obliging bush as a tripod. So sorry if the wind comes up here and starts to shake the camera around. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at hand holding, so I didn't want to do that and try to talk at the same time. I need a little more practice before I do that. But what I wanted to talk about was something that happened to me this week on my way home from my day job in the city. I was driving along, as one does, and heard a siren, as one does. And as soon as I confirmed it was headed my direction, I pulled over to the side and attempted to let it pass. Unfortunately, there were a lot of other people behind me, people that probably heard this coming long before I did, that weren't getting out of the way. And you could sort of tell that some of them were in a little bit of a panic trying to figure out, where do I go? What do I do? And the ambulance is just wailing on the horn, and people are slowly figuring it out and getting out of the way. I don't think those people were bad people. I think there's just a problem where there's a lot of people that are not aware of what's going on around them in this world. And that's called situational awareness when you're aware. And it shows up in everyday situations just like that. So I thought I'd just share what I do just in my day-to-day existence to keep me aware of what's going on around me. And I don't know if I started doing this when I had kids or, I don't know, maybe it was when I was growing up and was bullied all the time and had to look behind my shoulder a lot. But what I do is I ask myself, as I'm going about my daily tasks, I will ask myself, what would I do if? And that if can be a lot of things. It can be if a fire breaks out in this grocery store. It can be if there's a car accident in front of me, or if there's an ambulance coming up behind me. And I plan my route of escape. I plan, how would I speak to a stranger who seems to be becoming agitated and violent? Would I? I start to plan those scenarios in my head because you don't want to be wondering when that situation finally occurs. And unfortunately, scary, tragic situations happen every day around the world. It just happens. It's part of human existence. So one day something like that is going to happen. And I know that that sounds scary maybe to think about, but I think what's much scarier is when you're in that situation being caught without a plan. I think that's far scarier. So I would much rather think about it ahead of time and come up with a plan. Even if I maybe make a different choice in that circumstance, I'm at least training my brain to make a choice, to make a decision when something is going on. My dogs just ran past and shook the bush that is holding up my camera here. And now the wind's picking up, so I'll wrap up. But guys, stay safe out there. Practice your situational awareness. And I just wanted to really quickly send a big heartfelt message to the people of Saskatchewan, our neighboring province, especially people in the James Smith Cree Nation out there and in a neighboring town, who have been affected by a terrible tragedy as a couple men have gone on a senseless stabbing rampage. It's just, it's a terrible, terrible tragedy. And as your neighbors, we in Alberta are hurting for you, and we're praying for you. And I'm hoping that those two perpetrators are caught, and caught soon. Stay safe, everyone. Keep on the alert and keep prepping. Thanks for watching.